Hello and welcome back to Sonny Talk Spurs, and today we're talking about Harry Kane yet again, but this time to PSG. But before we get into the video, if you are new around here, smash a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Now, let's get into the video. So news has been circulating yet again about our star striker Harry Kane, but I'm not talking about Bayern Munich today because, first of all, I've had enough of Bayern Munich. I think they're taking the absolute biscuit with all these quotes. You've obviously seen them. I just didn't want to do a video on them because they are infuriating me so much. And I wanted a new piece of information to talk about. And yeah, we've got that now. And I'm really intrigued to have a bit of a deep dive into this one because, as we know, the Tottenham players are now out in Australia. Kane has obviously gone to Australia as well and looked like he's having an all right time so far in training. Talking to Ange Postecoglu, he shook Levy's hand and everyone's assessed that piece of footage and dissected it like it's something from a criminal investigation. But no, we are not talking about Harry Kane going to Bavaria today. We're talking about the possibility of a PSG transfer, which is very intriguing. So as I say, a new player has entered the game in the shape of PSG. And Gianluca Di Marzio has been reporting on this story throughout the evening and last night. So he says PSG are trying for Harry Kane by challenging Bayern and are looking for an agreement with Tottenham. They want to play the Xavi Simons card, who they've just acquired from PSV. So obviously we'll start with talking about PSG. Obviously their situation at the moment is quite intriguing. Obviously they've got a new manager in the shape of Luis Enrique. They've brought in some signings. They've brought in Milan Skriniar of note, but their forward line is quite up in the air at the moment. Obviously Lionel Messi has left on a free to go to Inter Miami. There was obviously, lots of talks about his future, so people weren't surprised about that one. You've obviously got the Kylian Mbappe saga, where we don't know if he might go this summer or next summer on a free. Similar to the Kane situation, really. Obviously, he dreams of Real Madrid, but PSG are still doing all they can to keep him or at least sell him for a fee. And then you've got Neymar, again, another one who's a bit up in the air, and people don't really know what the future holds for him. So, obviously, they are looking for someone else to lead that line. And there have been rumours about Harry Kane potentially going to PSG with all the other rumoured clubs like Manchester United, Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. But people didn't really treat it seriously. But with this from Di Marzio, it adds a bit more flavour and a bit more clarity to the situation because Xavi Simons is interesting. I saw this the other day that PSG have triggered the buyback clause. And I was quite surprised because I thought maybe he'd stay at PSV, build a bit more, maybe go to another European club because we know what such a talent he is at 20 years old. But by the looks of it, and I'm intrigued because PSG never seem to give their youngsters who come through the team a chance. They seem to offload them. I'm thinking of Kingsley Coman. I'm thinking of Christopher Nkunku. They don't really get a chance to really thrive and have a go at PSG. PSG are more interested in bringing in names of Galactico worth. But Xavi Simons to Tottenham? I like the sound of that. I am, people keep mentioning that he could end up being an Arsenal player one day, but I'll be honest, my opinion when I first saw this was, I think it's a no-brainer. I would be happy with this deal. Obviously, it's Xavi Simons plus a substantial fee. I mean, I'd take some of the offers that Bayern have been offering us, such as your 60, 70, 80 million plus Xavi Simons, probably as low as 60, because Xavi Simons has probably got one of the highest ceilings in world football. And under a coach like Ange, I think he would be great in that system. We've lacked a player like him, who can pick a pass, a good attacking talent. And I say at 20 years old, the ceiling is absolutely massive. I just think he'd be the perfect Tottenham player, a player that could get people off their seats. And the fact that PSG are willing to offer him in a money plus player move, I think that's quite interesting because you just got to look. Harry Kane is no spring chicken anymore, age-wise. He's still an amazing player, but he's not getting any younger. And I feel like if you could get a good player from someone, I think that would be quite interesting. I also saw another piece of news which was quite intriguing. I saw that Bayern are willing to let Leon Goretzka go for around the £30 million mark. I'd willingly take him plus cash for Harry Kane as well. I know he's 28 years old, but I still think these big teams who are offering money, I'd rather take a player. I know player swappy deals with sort of cash never really happened in the Premier League, in world football as often as you'd think. But, I mean, for those two calibre players, I think it'd be worth a deal. I'd more edge towards Xavi Simons because the ceiling, as I say, is higher for a player who, you know, has got a lot of prospect around him, who Ange could really craft into a world-class talent. Whereas Goretzka is, I say, 28 years old, great player, but, you know, if he was more like 25, 26, I think I would be more open to that deal. But as for that, I feel like Xavi Simons is a no-brainer. I would love to see him at the Lane. I think it would be so exciting. You know, Dutchman, hopefully the signing of him would probably, you know, bring some Dutch flair to the side as well. And I'd like to see him with James. I think him and James Maddison would link up really well in that midfield. And you see, like, I did a video, obviously, on Conor Gallagher. He's 10 times the player Conor Gallagher is at a lesser age. And I think he would be absolutely perfect. If I'm Daniel Levy, I'm really entertaining this bid. The only thing is, it's the money side of it. I'm not sure what PSG would offer, especially for a 29, 30-year-old, 31-year-old player like Harry Kane. But yeah, I think it's really optimistic, interesting. These are some of the things I want to see because I am sick and tired of how Bayern are going around the Harry Kane transfer. So I'm quite optimistic. Do I think it will really happen? I don't know. I feel like I need something a bit more concrete. I know I said Di Marzio is very reputable and all that, but I need something else. I need some more. I need an actual offer to come in. But what do you think? Should Tottenham accept this bid? Xavi Simons and cash? I mean, the name Xavi speaks for itself, you know. I'd love to have, you know, a shirt with Xavi on the back. I think that would be fantastic. Or do you think we should negotiate more with Bayern? Do you think we should keep him, let him go on a free next year? Let me know what you would do with Kane in the comments down below. And if you have enjoyed this video, leave a like on it. Smash the subscribe button. I've been Sonny, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.